Are we good? Are we going? Oh my god. I'm okay. I'm just very tired. Oh, hello everyone. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of losing my mind right now. Not because of all of the art I've been doing, but just because of life in general. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Anyway, today I'm here to show you all of the front-facing, drawings that I've done for the project for the Bunny's Code. Oh my gosh, it's just, I'm so excited. Okay, so, like I've said before, these are all, like, just single angles. I haven't done, uh, I've done front facing, but I haven't done rear facing. I haven't done profiles, haven't done any of that. And this isn't even all of them that you see on the screen right now, because I couldn't open all of the tabs at once. It's just like the most it would let me do. So, so there's that. And also I have DJ Music Man up first because you've already seen him. If you're viewing on the playlist, I've already posted him. That's the point. Um, but I'm not gonna start with him. I'm gonna get back to him. You guys saw me drawing him in that other video. We're gonna actually go like down the line of like how these characters are presented, like in terms of significance and their role in the story, I want to say, so far. There might be some characters missing. You might notice, like, for example, Helpy isn't there, and that's because I have no idea. I have no idea where to put Helpy if Helpy is going to be in the story at all. I would love to have Helpy in the story, or at least appear one way or another, but as of right now, I'm not entirely sure how. So I might, I might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's start off with our boy Gregory. Oh my goodness. so so Gregory here, I had to. It was the shoes. The shoes. I had to sort of simplify in a sense. You can probably tell that his shoes were nerfed in terms of design. Unfortunately, when I was working on Gregory, since we're going with the whole like I want to say like the whole homeless situation that that was kind of a theory but might not be true in the probably isn't true in the canon timeline, whatever the hell. But he is for this story. I decided I wanted to make him look a little bit more ragged, not super ragged, but a little bit more ragged. And by that, I really just mean like a couple of tears and some clothing that isn't as bright as it could be. This is, of course, a non-shaded, non-textured version of the drawing, like, of the character's render, so, like, of course, in the final render, he's probably going to have more, like, wear and scrapes on the pants, probably, like, the shirt is a little bit more baggy, and it's a little bit more, like, kind of like it's like been worn a lot, you know, when you wear a shirt for a long time and it just becomes a fucking cloth of what it used to be. I also give him freckles. Use them in here. They're the freckles. Big fluffy hair. Just a small little guy. I made him adorable. Like the thing I want to say one thing while we're doing this is the actual models of the human characters from the game besides Vanessa, the children specifically, they're kind of terrifying. Like Gregory, if you go and look at Gregory's his model that's used in the game, he looks he looks like perpetually exhausted, first of all. And they kind of have, I think what it is that they kind of have long faces. You know, like when you look at the artwork that you see in the actual game, like the drawings of Gregory, the two-dimensional drawings of Gregory and of Cassie, you'll notice that they look way more squishy. And their heads are rounded, their faces are rounded, kind of like more circular rather than an oval, I guess. But it's just less longer, more squishy. And I wanted to go with that more so because well, first of all, it just fit with my style better, and second of all, it was adorable and looked less like they just had it's not quite like a thing where it's like some artists you'll see like they draw a child and it looks like a small adult. There are some like really There are some really old paintings that kind of look like that, and then some medieval drawings that kind of look like that. Unfortunately, that is something that does happen in contemporary and modern art as well. It just does. It just does. And I wanted to avoid that to the best of my ability. Um, because that's just the way it is. But yeah, it's not a situation unique to Security Breach. I have seen other drawings, like other video games, in which like you see the character's 3D model in game, and you're like, oh, that's how they look, and then you look at like the comics that or the drawings, the two-dimensional drawings that go alongside the game, and you're like, oh, they look squishier. That's I'm quite literally just describing Smash Legends to you right now. I said comics because that's the primary form that the story is delivered in is comics. It's a whole thing in Smash Legends, and I encourage you to go and look this up and see this for yourself. it's kind of it's kind of amazing. Like you'll notice it mostly in like the character Robin, for example. That's like one of those situations, but that's besides that's a whole nother thing. So, am I forgetting anything about Gregory? I made sure that his shoes weren't super white. There's that. The Faz watch, of course, is incredibly simplified at this specific angle because I'm thinking about, well, it has the shape of like Freddy's head when he turns it towards him to look at it. So you don't see that right now, and we will. This is kind of hard to see with the kind of thing that I'm doing right now, but he has these two little stray strands of hair. Yeah, that wasn't there before, but it is now. And I think that's it for Gregory. Gave him a little tear in the shirt. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, okay, so let's move on to Cassie. Okay, I have one thing to say about Cassie right off the bat. I had this weird thing that happened to me recently where like I drew this and to me it looked fantastic. I think the blue light filter, the night light comes up when I'm recording. I'm actually gonna reduce that a bit. Just like I'm gonna say 73 is probably good. But anyway, I was doing that, right? And I finished this and it looked amazing. I loved how it came out. So then I like put it through Discord so I could download it on my phone and look at it because that's how one of the ways I review my artwork to make sure that it looks okay and if I catch anything new or just it's presenting it on a different screen. For some reason, on my phone screen, she looks incredibly ashy. Like her skin and her hair looks like it has like a tint of grayish blue to it. And it looked wrong. And I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, I must have like, that must have been like because I had the red light filter, the blue light filter on. And so I thought, okay, well, tomorrow I'll go in and I'll fix that. I'll like recolor it with without that filter on. Even though I was literally color picking using this tool over here. Where is it? Why am I suddenly forgetting where it is? The eyedropper tool. I was literally using the eyedropper tool on the official artwork of her, right? And then so I came back to my computer the next day and I saw that the colors were just the way that I had left them. Even when I turned off the filter, they still looked good. And I was like, what the hell? So I asked a couple of my friends, like, hey, can you tell me, like, if this looks ashy or not? Like, and then they looked at it and they were like, this looks great. Like, this doesn't look like it. I was like, doesn't have like a tint to bluish gray on her skin and her hair. And they were like, no. I was like, okay, what device are you using? Because I'm using an Android. And they were like, well, I'm using an Android iPad. And like, notably, one of my friends actually sent over like screenshots and of what they were seeing on two separate devices, and they looked the same. They looked perfectly fine the way they were here on my PC. But when I looked at those same screenshots on my phone, they looked fucked up, and I was like, okay, so it's a whatever was wrong with my phone problem. It's a phone problem, and I was just making sure that like this was the true version on my PC and not the phone version. It's like I didn't want to be putting out the wrong colors when I finally did this. Yeah, so it's going to look wrong on my phone, but it's going to look fantastic here on my PC. Why is beyond me. So anyway, here's Cassie. So I had to. I was looking at this whole new design, and well, one thing I nerfed her a little bit. I took away those little frilly pockets that were on her front, and I don't know what the fuck kind of a top this is. I don't know what it is, but I think I did okay. We still have the shoes were nerfed again. I don't know why that makes me giggle so much, but I did. But it does. But you know, it's okay with me because you're probably not going to be seeing the shoes super often. And I admit when I was drawing Cassie, I drew Gregory first, right? And then what I did was I took um Gregory and I didn't trace, but I used Gregory's body as a sort of reference for how I was going to model Cassie's body as well, because they're both little kids and they're both around the same size. So I was like, this is easy. So that's what I did. And so the position of the hands, the position of the feet, all that other stuff, if I go back and forth here, you'll probably be able to see, is roughly the same. Because even though I'm zoomed out in different ways a little bit, let's see if I can make it so that, yep, it's pretty much the same. So yeah, there's that. Her hair, I got it all down, pretty much. I was a little bit like, because I was like, okay, what kind of curls are these? Because there were some points in which, like, some people have pointed this out, that, like, in the teaser image for the Ruin DLC that we swear to God her design changed. And I'm pretty sure it did. Because, well, first of all, the most obvious one, the shoes don't glow anymore. And second of all, her hair shape seemed to change. Like, I've got these curls going on, and like in the model, I can't tell. It's a little bit tricky to tell with the official renders, but it's like her hair seems a little bit more straight in the model, and then in the artwork, it seems a little bit more curly. So I was just like, fuck it, let's go with curls. And we have the what? I'm blanking on the word. Hair ties? Hair ties. I just blanked on the word hair ties. I also decided to keep a little bit of the makeup because, is there a way to take it off? Yeah, I have a way of taking it off, in my layers. I decided to keep it, but take it off and on. It appears that I only put it, I gave her the blush as well, but it looks like I only did it for the eyeshadow. But either way, it looks alright. The pattern, what was also on the pattern was the flowers. Nice. The hardest part of this entire design was the stars on the, just hands down, stars, not my thing. Despite the fact that, like, every time I try to do a layer change, I draw a little star to make it so that, I don't go back to the previous layer I was on if I hit undo. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, and yeah, I'm stoked. So those are our kids, those are our little friends. You know what I just remembered? I haven't drawn her Vanny mask. Even though it's pretty much just going to be the same thing. I don't know. We were debating on keeping that. Ooh, now we have to think about how that's going to work. It's okay. I'll think of a way. There will definitely be an excuse to be found. The stupid asterisk up here is telling me that I haven't saved because I changed a thing. See? Now it's like, you changed something, you have to save. What the hell is wrong with you? But anyway, let's move on to some animatronics now, I think. Okay, let's start with Freddy. So Freddy here. This one makes me giggle because, well, first of all, I accidentally made the lines too thin. Second of all, when I first did this design, I have been doing a thing where it's like I draw like half of the design and then I copy and paste it and put on the other side to save time, energy, and also make it look balanced. And I swear to God, when I first drew Freddy, he looked how can I say this in a way that wasn't just so very recently? Like, if I had said this like 2 weeks ago, it would not have been a problem. But now with the lawsuit, it's a problem. He looked like he could serve, basically. It was kind of amazing how I managed to pull that off on accident to the point where I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I was like, I can't put this out. Are you kidding me? This is just thick Freddy Fazbear. But I mean, like, I was trying. It wasn't coming out right. I don't know if I was feeling bad that day or what, but something was wrong. And so I managed to fix it as far as I'm concerned, but we have this fat bear here, and he probably could have been fatter, but like, whatever, it's fine. It's going to be fine. Let's talk about the design choices that were made. So, I'm going with the more, like, fluffy appearance, first of all. The thing about the security breach animatronics is that they're not very fluffy. Um, except Roxanne, because she has hair. But, I decided that I wanted to, like, make the shoulder pads on Freddy, on his shoulders, I decided I wanted them to be just this big fluffy boa sort of a thing. And I love how it came out. It makes him look like a big cuddly teddy bear, as you can see here with the... Fuck this lightning bolt, man. As you can see here with the, chest fur, it's, like, supposed to be the hatch. I haven't gotten to the bottom part of the hatch. I'm not entirely sure where the break point is going to be. Probably, like, right around here? A little lower, but, like, right around here. And he looks so naked. He just looks so naked to me. I can't. It's the shape of the crotch or something. Something looks like it's like one of those things where it's like you look at it and you're like, maybe it'll grow on me, and it has been growing on me. But at the same time, I'm like acknowledging the fact that you guys are seeing this for the first time, and I'm like, maybe I should be careful. But it's beautiful. It's hilarious to me. One minor detail that I was like unsure of was the claws, because like with the one of the other characters, I think it was Roxanne. It's like Roxy has so much detail going on that I was like, I'm gonna forget to color her claws. I know I'm gonna forget it, but with Freddy, he has a bit less going on, and I felt like it would be safe to keep it so that his polished nails were there and stuff like that. And besides, you're gonna be seeing Freddy a lot more than you're going to be seeing Roxy. Though she does still play a significant role, as I plan. This face paint. Ooh, see, when I was drawing it traditionally, it was fine, but when I got to digital, I was like, oh man, this is going to be kind of a bitch. And it kind of was. The ears, pretty happy with. Might tweak, but so far I'm feeling good about this one. Big fluffy happy father bear, fluffy teddy bear. I'm going for fat bear. That's how they've always looked since day one of Five Nights at Freddy's. They've been fluffy and fat, and that's where I'm fucking going. So yeah, okay. I think we're happy with this. Let's address one more thing before I go on. When it comes to the spiked bracelets of these animatronics, I want to say I've done a few different types of spikes, so to speak. Freddy's spikes are more rounded. I think Monty's are sharper, or sharper appearing. But for the most part, it's just one of those things where it was like I'd get to it and I'd be like, I could not decide on which way I wanted to do it at a different time. Did I color his feet correctly? Doesn't matter. Let's move on to Sun and Moon, but namely Sun first. Okay, so these get out of my face. So these, why is this doing this? So you can't see it, but this pop-up thing is driving me crazy. It's like saying, hey, you have this file open. It's like, I know I have that file open. I'm fucking looking at it. So Sun here, or the entire daycare attendant, Eclipse, whatever you want to call him, have two separate designs in one. Not just Sun and Moon, but like Sun has two separate designs and Moon has two separate designs. And the differences are very slight. Picking the colors for this thing, first of all, was remarkably difficult. Because you have, like, the animatronic version of them, which has slightly different colors than the decal wall art that you see in the game. And so, like for example, sometimes their forearms are gray, sometimes they're not. Sometimes their palms are gray, or something. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes the fingertips are gray, sometimes they're not. And I just decided I'm just not going to include any gray because it's driving me crazy. The only gray, so to speak, is of the joints and the neck. Basically, any visible joint is gray, which isn't saying much. It's a very dark gray. So, after dealing with the pants, I got to working on the two separate aspects of this design, which was the prepared and the pre-prepared version. Now, one thing I have to comment before I get to that real quick, because I just remembered it. When I see people, this is going to be the most controversial thing you're ever going to hear me say. When I see people draw this character and they don't include, like, at least two of the four following things: the sunspots / craters, the big nose, the eyelashes, and the angular neck, I get nervous. I legitimately start to get a bad feeling. I don't know what it is, but it's like one of those things where it's just like, why would you spay and neuter them like that? Why would you do that? I don't know what it is about those specific aspects of the design, but I look at those and I'm like, that's so cool. And then I see like half of the drawings on the internet take them away, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like, the neck is one thing because it's an angular thing, and it's a very much about like, what angle are you viewing this character like from the front? Obviously, it's not supposed to be visible because that's kind of the gimmick behind the animatronic design itself. But when you get to the nose and the craters and the eyelashes, I'm like, why? Why would you do that? The eyelashes are there. Why would you, why would you make the, I don't know who this smooth skin bitch is. Like, who is this? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but it just gives me a feeling of like, oh, I don't know what you're doing to them. I'm not sure if I like it. But anyway, on to some positives. They came out great. And I love the little gentle gradient of orange to yellow that you can have in the rays sometimes. It's just really cool to me. But anyway, so about going from finally from pre-repaired to repaired. Two things. Number one, this is a crack. That's a crack in the head. And so I have it marked separately for some reason, but I can take the crack out and I can put the eyes in. I don't know why, but like, you know, I had this idea a little while back where I was like, what if this whole blank-eyed Sun was because, like, her eyes scraped off or something like that. And so I was like, we'll put them back in. And, you know, another thing about the eyes themselves is that, like, I was debating, like, should we go with the blue eyes or should we go with the orange eyes? I ultimately decided to go with the orange eyes because when you have blue eyes in this kind of palette, it's kind of jarring. But just look at her. Orange. And why not? Because then you can have, like, would you ask the question, would you have blue eyes for, well, not blue eyes, orange eyes for Moon? And the answer to that question is, I don't know if that would fit. So it was one of those things where I just decided to go with orange eyes because it just felt better that way. It's not really a strong opinion though. The pants were the thing that gave me the hardest time, arguably. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden I could not draw striped pants. All of a sudden. Okay, sorry, I was responding to a text that I didn't want to respond to. Okay, so Moon. I was like, please don't fucking text me while I'm recording. Okay, and so it's. I've had it. I've had it with people as of late. I'm run dry. I only went out once. Like, what was it? The day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was the day before yesterday. I just wasn't having it. Anyway. Ugh. Ugh. I'm sad. So Moon is. I mean, like, what do I even say here? I literally copied and pasted it and just put a moon design over the sun and look. Can't hide that. But why would I? Why would I go about making a whole another model drawing when I could just do what I've already did? But anyway, don't worry, because I still worked my ass off with these stars. Have you noticed the thing about the stars yet? That's right. It's the same fucking star, just put at different angles. Over and over again. And it worked because it was just easier that way. Like I took the star that what is this? I will be re-rendering that PNG. So give me a second. Saving the change there. Don't know where that came from. But anyway, I took a star that I had drawn previously on another drawing of the moon that I did, because it just came out really cute. I don't know why, but that star just looked super cute to me, and I was like, I like that shape, and I copied and pasted it, made it so that I had this magic selection tool, and made it so that I selected only the pants, and just like pasted it into the selection over and over again, moved it around. I had like a whole cluster of stars. I tried to say collection and cluster at the same time, um, and just put them all over the pants. And these colors are also, just so that we're all on the same boat here, they're also selected from the wall art instead of the actual animatronic because again, just looked nicer to me. I just noticed another problem. Do you see the other problem? Do you see? Wait, actually, hold on. Let me check. Let me check. I think I messed up again. Okay. I'm gonna take a look. I'm checking I know I got it wrong with the. Oh. You can't actually tell on the decal. Okay, interesting. So the problem is, I got the button collar wrong. I am pretty sure if I go and I look at pictures, official images of Moon, that there's gonna be a thing in which the buttons are actually blue. I think I see it. Yep, I fucked that up. The buttons are supposed to be blue. It's okay. Want to go through and fix this with me real quick? So that'd be good. I think I can just do it like this. Yeah, that's good. That'll work. Just gotta re-render the fucking PNG again. Oh, do we like it as much? I think it looks good. Oh, but the red highlight was so nice. What do we think? What am I thinking? Honestly, now that I really look at it, it just balances the red out with you have red here on the ribbons and on the frilly skirt, and I honestly think the red looks better. I don't know why, but it just feels like cuz when you have Yeah, because it brings more attention to the face almost. Brings more attention to the face. If only we had more red on the face. Oh my god, it's just to think of a way to segue into that. But that whole bit, I did not set that up. I was legitimately like, oh god, I got the button color wrong. But so there's this whole thing when I was doing this where I forgot to put the Kraken on the moon design. So, like, I was looking at the PNG and I was like, oh shit, and I forgot to put the Kraken, so I wrote a note to myself on the actual PNG on my phone and just wrote in green letters crack so to remind me to go and do that, and I fixed it. Um, but yeah, this is like when Moon comes out before the daycare attendant is fixed. Unfortunately, the hat covers some of the craters there, but it's okay, we can take it off. Why did I make it a separate layer? I don't know, if I'm being completely honest. But it's just, I put that shit back on, Jesus Christ. It's just so funny to me. But, oh, I should probably re-render that PNG right now before I forget, because I know I'm going to. Please excuse me for one moment. Okay. That's been exported. Phew, am I forgetting anything about this design? Don't know. Oh, I know. Oh, I'm so smart. I love this. This is one of my favorite things about what I've done with the design. So, take a look at their face here. Well, besides the oddly shaped, I was thinking about fixing this, but I ultimately didn't. But take a look at their eyes. Besides them being blue and kind of droopy there, the other thing is oh my gosh, the other thing is the positioning of the eyelashes. So I thought one thing that could be fun, and I did mention this in one of my previous art videos, if I recall correctly, during the sketch era, of course, is having the eyelashes being more tilted upwards, so to speak, when they're sun, and then more droopy and downward and kind of just relaxed when they're moon. Even when they're evil. It's just just having those his eyelashes. I also kept in the tooth gap. You'll see here the tooth gap that was present in the sun decal art. That's not what I thought it was. I thought there was an issue there. Not that it would have been noticeable. Instead of having the full set of teeth that the actual animatronic has, I decided to have it as the gap tooth you see in the decal art. So yeah, there's that. Oh, that's a lot for one. That's a lot for one character design, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Why did this one have to be my favorite? Good lord. Weird things happen. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that in front of you. Okay. Whew. Very profuse. But anyway, let's go on to our glam rock friends. Whew. So so Roxanne here, is our fluffy gal of the day. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is a front-facing ref that I traced based on my sketch of her, my traditional sketch that I actually have right here, but I can't show it to you because it's on paper, and it's you've already seen it in a separate video. Can't show it to you again, no. But it's another one of those things where I just like how the sketch came out, so I traced over it. But also, a couple of things. Notably, we've omitted some details, and about the bracelets. You can see here they're designed a little differently. They're more flat here for Roxanne, and there's also more of them, like for example here on the belt, and then here on the necklace, choker sort of thing. It's more of a collar. That's the word I'm forgetting. So when it comes to, I've been doing this for a bit. Did I do it here too? I did. Okay, so I've been doing this for a lot of the designs. What I've done is I have made it so that the certain patterns are on a completely separate layer than the actual colors. so you can really see the difference. Like, you have these, it's also because, like, so that I can copy and paste them over, save myself some time. But, you have, these tiger sort of, patterns here, and those are all gone now. My god, who is that girl? Who is this? This is a completely different bitch, quite literally. And it's just kind of fascinating to me. I don't know. It's the same goes for. Did I click the. I did. You can see, like, the pants and the moon disappearing and the cheek swirls. Oh, goodness. I think I did it for. I did it for sun as well. If I go back here. Patterns layer. Who the hell is this? This is how people draw sun. I don't know why. It drives me crazy. I just don't interact. But anyway, did I do it for Freddy? I fucking did. Look at who is that. This is like one of those things where it's like when I was drawing Freddy for the first time, this is all I could see. And I was like, oh, I gotta trust the process here. I'm sure it'll look better when I put the patterns on, and it did. Phew. This is just so close. Oh. And of course we have our uncolored nails, unfortunately. I was really on the fence about that. I might bring them back in the future, I'm not sure. But, like, I have the green hair, it would really help with the green hair, but at the same time, it's like, the green in her hair actually brings attention to her face. Not that her face doesn't already have so much going on, but, like, it just brings that attention there, and I bet you're curious. That's what that looks like. I had drawn this, and then I was like, shit, I forgot to put the hair back there, so that's a completely different thing. But anyway, Roxanne's background came out a little bit different when I was doing the, I thought that was Wiggly. When I was doing the color replacement tool, it just came out more sparkly, which was strange, but I have nothing against it. The thought, it just occurred to me, I was like, was her eye color always the same? I think it was. I think it is. I think we're good. No, wait, weren't they? Fuck it. They're orange here. I don't care. Ah, fluffy dog. So Chica might be a little bit jarring. Might be a little bit jarring to some of you. So just prepare yourself right now. If you haven't seen my sketch video. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Chica is shaped like a chicken. Chica is shaped like a chicken. Like I said, I want fat. Ooh, that must have hurt. I want fat chicken. Fat chicken. Fat chicken. I'm not high. I feel high. Wow, I didn't take anything. Anyway, anyway, the same thing here when it comes to patterns. This is just mostly for these little leg warmers, I forget. But anyway, I also did it for the little streaks right here because I was copying and pasting them over. But anyway, tail. Tail is visible here, clearly. And when I draw the back facing version, it's going to look a bit more obvious that that's the tail. But that's what that is. Now, this was a little bit difficult because I was trying to make it so that she had wings, but she also still had hands. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? I was like, well, like some performers have like those streamers behind them when they have like they're attached to their wrists. In a sense, there are also a lot of cosplayers who have wings like that. Like they have those kinds of wings that are attached to their hands. And I was like, well, we'll go with that. Again, the spikes are different here, but you're not going to be seeing it super often, so it's not such a huge deal. But yeah, fat chicken. Same thing with the shoulder pads goes for the fluffiness. I decided to make it a more dense fluff, though. And just overall, chicken. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to have a fat chicken? Like, that's the thing. She fucking eats fucking pizza all day. Like, I don't care. I don't care if she has the whole mazer size thing going on. I don't care. I want a fat chicken. One of these days I'm going to have a lot of pent-up rage, and I'm going to make, instead of addressing the actual problems in my life, I'm going to make it about being a fat chicken. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going. It's gonna happen. You just wait. Anyway, on to. Is this chocolate Easter Bunny a giant eat? It can't be. Anyway, it's Russell Stover's. What could possibly go wrong? I think I'm just going a little bananas. I'll be okay. We still have so much more to conquer. Monty! As you can probably tell, the pattern layer is on Monty as well. And as you can probably see, it's pretty it covers a lot. So, let's address the elephant in the room first before we get to that. I kept the shoulder pads for him because it just fit. And also, spikes. Spikes on the belt and on the wrists. You might be wondering, are those removable? Those glasses? Good news. They are, and he looks like that. He looks really goofy to me, but I like how it came out. And it's a front-facing view of Monty. What the fuck are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, this is... Anyway, I'm gonna have to take these off to show you the next thing. Here's, I'm gonna take away the pattern layer. Ho, ho, ho. Green giant. Put it back on, Jesus Christ. I gotta keep those spots in. Gotta keep those spots in. The lightning bolt. I hate drawing lightning bolts. I can't tell if I hate drawing stars or lightning bolts more, and yet this place is full. It's like I just said I hate drawing lightning bolts and stars. It's like that's fucking everything about this game. The designs of this game. This design is a little bit more faithful. Jesus Lord, I almost knocked over everything. But one thing that I did, and I mentioned this in my sketch video, I'm fucking falling asleep over here, is I made it so that he more resembled his decal artwork than his animatronic design. Because, like, his animatronic design had a skinny neck. That's mainly where you see the difference. He had a skinny neck and a skinny head, relatively, and still looks gorgeous, though. Don't get me wrong. But, I wanted that decal art. I really liked that one, and I wanted to keep his so-called gator hunch, as I called it. I really liked it, so I kept it, and there's that. Mohawk was incredibly difficult to draw front-facing while also making it clear that it's a mohawk and not, like, just a single strand of, like, troll doll hair on top of his head. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Let's pause for a sec. You noise, god, get back there. There we go. Good lord. I accidentally pressed a bunch of buttons trying to unmute my mic. Anyway. You'll notice, if you're new here, that Foxy is present. I am so happy with how this design came out. My god, look at this. I know, it's probably not all that fantastic. I love it. It's pretty simple, but what I did here was I made him look two things. Well, number one, unfortunately I have to admit I did take off the little fox and the crossed swords symbol that was right here on top of his hat. I might put it back. I don't know yet. It's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, I have to redo everything to put it back, but it's like, you know, it's just for now, it's not there. Might put it back later. I don't know. But I wanted to make him look a little older, first of all, because he's like his role in the story is like um he's one of the classic characters, right? And he's been here for ages. And he and Freddy have a bit of history working together. And if I recall correctly, I also made that so for I'm just gonna call him Eclipse because saying the daycare attendant over and over again is like it's like it's like a proper noun versus a pronoun. Like at that point, it's just like just fucking say Eclipse. It's easier. So it's primarily in the theater, I think, but also in like Kids Cove. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I heard my chair creaking or my cat meowing. But anyway, yeah, no, okay. The whole log ride thing, that's a whole other thing. I'm so stoked about that. I'm so glad that that was revealed to be a thing. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna find a place for it. Oh, sorry. Um, what I did with Foxy was, first of all, like I said, made him look a little older, gave him his eye patch, and gave him a little, I was having a tough time, a chip in his ear, so that the eye patch could go through, gave him a scar, made his eyes his pupils are kind of diamond shaped here, and then a little beard, and I made him look, I have the, fur patterns and the colors of a red fox, like, of course, he's a red fox, he's a fox, but, I decided to, firstly, it was the, black tips of the ears, I think the white patch on his face is kind of there as well, and then on his chest, and then dark paws, dark black paws, and, a tail. Who the hell is running around the house? A tail and, a white tip at the end of the tail. And I love it. I kept the shirt super simple. Just gave him a hook. Yes, I put that on the right hand. I put it on the right hand. I put it on the right hand, literally. And blue coat, you know, I might darken that. I might desaturate the coat color. I don't know. Or I might, you never know. Torn pants, pretty much on, just using the whole Captain Foxy, thing, uh, the way it is. It was pretty much inspired by that design. Little scraggly whiskers here too, and little snaggle teeth as well. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, I think that's about it for Foxy. Um, his appearance will be brief, but significant. All right, DJ Music Man. I haven't drawn the mini ones yet. I'm sure I'll find a spot for them. But, so I talked a bit about DJ Music Man while I was drawing him. We have the hands that look a little bit more like paws, but they're still hands nonetheless. I stayed pretty faithful instead of giving him, the pink lips, I gave him pink glasses instead because I wanted to balance out the pink, but every time I've tried to draw the pink lips in the past, it never came out right. It just never looked right to me. I felt like it wasn't an issue with the design itself, it's a me issue, it was a skill issue for me. I just couldn't get it to work, but I like how I started giggling like a fool when this glasses thing came about. I really enjoyed it. I'm probably not gonna have to do, like I said before, I'm probably not gonna have to do a like design of the backside, at any reference at a different angle. I'm probably not gonna have to do, because it's, well, first of all, it's easily assumable, and second of all, you're probably not gonna see that side very often, because he's just so big. So yeah. One thing before we move on that I wanted to mention was, I've mentioned this in, I think it was the DJ Music video or the sketch video. I don't remember, but I'm going to mention it again. When I'm drawing the humans, you'll notice one thing about their eyes is that they have this white shiny spot that kind of rests on the iris and the pupil, kind of in between, sort of, but mostly on the pupil. And that's just to give them a little bit of a sense of, like, I don't know, life, soul, I don't know what it is. that people have said that that's what it makes it look like. It makes them look more lively. Thank goodness. Um, and I work with the position of it too. Like usually most cartoons will, or any 2D art will not include eye shine unless it's like someone giving puppy eyes. But if I were to design puppy eyes, it would just be multiple of these little white things, these little white circles. It would be like one big one small one, or something like that, rather than just one. But that's how I do it for the human designs, all human designs. But then, with the animatronics, what I did was I took that white spot and I put it right where their vision is actually going. And the white spot, even in the human designs, does influence where it looks like the character is looking. So with the animatronics, I just made it so that the white spot was right where they were, right where they were looking. Because that's kind of a thing that does also exist in the actual designs. Like, you'll see, take those fucking things off. Like, you'll see, like, if, you look at them, I lost my train of thought so quickly. You look at the official animatronics, you'll see they have, like, this glowy spot in the middle of their eye. Not DJ Music Man, though. Something's up with him. But anyway, I'm gonna close, probably this, and 2. I think I only need to close 2. No, I need to close 3. Well, I'm not going to because I didn't change anything. In fact, let's just close all of them except for, no, we're not gonna change anything. Oh my god, every single one that I had, changes on. Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna keep these 2 up here. Alright. So the next ones that I have, I think it's 3 of them? 3, technically 4. Let's just move on to Vanessa real quick. Yay. It's just a very simplified design. She is here, but she's very, I've talked about her personality. She's a bit more casual about the whole thing, but she's she's I'm like worried about her because I'm like, I have so many fucking hilarious ideas for how I want her to be a sort of comedic effect thing. But like, she's like almost a comedy relief character. But like she's also like stern in terms of like she just wants to get her job done, but she's also kind of, I'm not sure what term to use that doesn't imply the use of marijuana. So I'm just gonna say she's a little out there, but I don't know what the hell, but she's a little bit more casual about the whole thing, but but I was at the same time, I'm like worried that I'm like, oh my god, am I diminishing her lore significance? And sorry, I started looking at the design and I was like, is there something wrong here? But I think I'm okay. I think I may have made her torso too long. I'm not sure. I have been tweaking this so many times. I'm going to get to it, but I'm like, I'm already recording. We're already an hour in. Fuck it. I'm gonna make the tweaks as I go. But I'm happy with how she came out. I made her eyes a bit more. See, look, see, I wasn't lying to you. Do you think I would lie to you like that? Yeah, no. I made her eyes a bit more square. Why? I don't know, but I did. But anyway, that leads us to our next one. Please be open on the right layer when I open this. Oh, thank God. Okay, so let's hop back and forth between here. You can kind of see that, yes, indeed, when I was working on this Vanny design, I put, like, Vanessa on the inside. But you say, what the fuck is that, highlighted techno? We'll get to that. So, this Vanny design. The Vanny design is a little bit all over the place. And, like, in terms of, like, where the patches are, what color said patches are. So I just went with, like, the most simple but logical way I could, you know. Short, long, we got a little bit of that plaid coloring here. This little bunny right here is actually the original color of this blue that's on the plaid patches. And what it is, it's like when I'm drawing these, what I'll do is I'll put it at 50% opacity and then just slide it through and then slide it through again to give it that plaid look while also like having like the magic tool to select just the maroon, brownish maroon regions of the patches. And I kept that little bunny sprite there. It kind of looks like the ones from the Princess Quest, just so that I could color grab that afterwards. Big mouth, big eyes, but what's this? Well, first of all, we'll notice that she doesn't have a knife, and like we know the whole thing about. I just remember how funny that situation was. That thing with the knife. What did he say about the knife and how it was like traditional, like realistic murder? What the fuck did he say? Something like that. I decided, fuck it, let's make this way more interesting and give her fucking claws, right? You know, that would be fun. Claws would be fun. That'd be fun, right? But where did this Vanessa's fursuit get the claws? Gee, I don't fucking know. There's one small problem I'm gonna point out to you right now, just to ruin the magic. The left, this plaid paw moves over to the side a little bit. That was an issue when I copied and pasted it, I think, and I just didn't notice it until it was too late, and I don't care. So that's the mimic. I did a little bit of recording when I was working on the mimic drawing, but because I had like a few comments about like what I was doing, and I wanted to document it. I don't remember what I said. It was literally like yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. And I was just like, it's a little hard to see because of this layer. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. That's part of the layer. That's how I did the magic effect. But anyway, so I was thinking about the mimic's backstory, and I was like, what if like it was originally supposed to be Tiger Rock, but like not the like it was supposed to be a design that was a gift from what's his name? Edwin. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. I'm still working on that. I'm sure like me 2 days from now will be like, you fucking are you crazy? You know, what do you think you're so smart? Like I'm just that guy. I'll know it by then. I'll know it by then. And I'm like toying with this idea of like it being a gift to David. I remember David's name, of course, because I know so many Davids. And but like it would still have like the qualities of being a mimic, but it was the base design was it was going to be that, and it was going to be a buddy because David had that fucking tiger plush, and it was the white tiger plush, and oh, that's the children playing outside. Okay, it's something like that. Because again, I'm thinking about the theme of the project, and I'm like, out with the old, in with the new, but the old is fighting back, and the old has its reasons. Maybe it was scarred for something. It learned the whole thing about the mimic actually really helps with this theme because like the old fighting back and being violent is probably something that they were taught, something that they learned, and any remnants of said philosophies that they hold were taught to anyone younger who is fighting on their side, who is like not realizing that a lot of the issues are actually going to harm them in turn as well. Anyway, that's like a whole thing that we could really get into that I'm thinking way too much about quite often. But yeah, the other thing about it being a tiger, you probably noticed this when if I upload that video, which I might not, I don't know. I'll get to it. Was I was thinking tiger teeth. Like, this is scary. This is kind of not really scary, but it's like it's scarier because it's just like I mean, I guess to a kid it would be scarier. That's the important part. To you and I, if you know, it's probably it's not super freaky to me, but I mean like the actual mimic. Like when I look at its mouth, I'm just like, yep. Anyway, I wanted it to resemble a tiger better, and of course with the eyes being like the dead giveaway. And I also this I said this in the video, but I was like, Oh, wouldn't I have so much to draw here? Wouldn't it be a shame if I just covered it with fluff? That would be a shame, just, because, like, I was thinking about this whole idea where it, like, bursted out from the top of the thing. Like, maybe it's a zipper suit. Because, like, it's not. Look, if you look at Vanny, you'll be like, maybe. I have this whole thing where Vanessa was like, oh yeah, I wanted to look like a toy bunny, a demented toy bunny, or something like that. Like, something serious, like a possessed, a demonic thing going on right now. It's I don't know what's going on, and it had like a zipper on the back, and that's how it got in and out and stuff like that. And needed help though. I wonder from who. But yeah, it would like just rip off the top in like this terrifying way. You got some cables back there. I was looking at traditional animatronic mechs as well when I was doing parts of this, but mostly the mimic. But what was the other thing? Oh yeah, what the fuck is this? I had a thought while I was doing this. I'm probably not going to go with this. It's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. Like, whatever your first thought was, it's not what you think it is. I was thinking, like, what if this thing killed somebody, um, a long time ago and the blood just has not washed off? But then I was like, the blood wouldn't be red like that. It would be. Well, first of all, it's on a different layer. That's how I know that I'm not going to keep it, is because it's on a layer that doesn't make sense. But I knew that the blood would be brown by then, and it would just look like shit. So like I was just like literally and metaphorically. So I was just like, it's probably not going to be there. Um, yeah, that's like I'm still working this out, of course, but like ultimately, this is like I'm pretty sure this is the way we're going to go. However we get there. There is a couple more designs. So first of all, one I actually not accidentally, I actually did this on purpose, really, um, because I was going when I was recording the DJ video. I was like, okay, well, I don't know if it's gonna show you, Glam Rock Bonnie, and it did when I opened up the file to go grab something from it, and that's actually the reason why I'm recording the video the way I am, because I realized, oh, it worked that way, thank God. So here's Bonnie. So a pretty faithful recreation. I just can't help but like. First of all, here are the spikes again. The spikes, they're back. Stayed pretty faithful this time. Excuse me. Notably, he and Monty both had red eyes. I think that's cool. Fluffy cheeks, rounder shape. This thing right here. I don't know what this is. This shape. This. I don't know what it is. But all I can fucking think of is Megamind when I see it. Like it doesn't help that it's blue. It doesn't help that everything about this is blue. Uh, you can see I did not copy and paste the whiskers. um, it looks villainous to me almost. Like he has potential to be a villain here, and I have talked about me wanting him to be one of the villains or be more in cahoots, so to speak, with the mimic one way or another. It still fits in with the theme. I don't have many comments about this one since I didn't really change anything. I don't. It was just so new. Oh, I also revealed it on TikTok. I totally forgot. But anyway, I noticed another thing, and someone else pointed this out as well. Multiple people. Oh, excuse me. I've noticed this. Oh my God! What? It's only 3:50 p.m. It's literally 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Why am I so tired? That he and Freddy Freddy has an earring on, I think it was his other ear, and Bonnie has one too. You'll see it right there. Wee. So there's that. There's a couple more. I think we're good here, but there's a couple more. One thing that I just finished today. It is. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm not missing anything else. Okay. The staff and assistant bots, which is what this PSD file is called. It's just a single staff bot and a caution bot. And they look so dopey. Look at them. I didn't include all the different variations of the staff bot. I think they made their hands too small. And that's something I'll be getting to. But like I just decided to make a default staff bot shape. just so that I could like customize it later as needed. And then the caution, look at him. Look at this fucking thing. I might have to fix this. Hold on. I just noticed something about this that might look. I don't know. Hold on. Wrong layer. Oh, it's all as one layer. That's fantastic. Okay. Oh shit. It's hard to do this when the mic is in the way. That's better. Okay. So, save that. This is just a big dopey face. That's really all I can say about that. I really don't have much else to say. I would include Helpy in this file if I knew what I was gonna do with him. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash. Okay, so I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just it's been tiring. Not the art, but like everything else in life. So yeah, I think we're good here. If I forget anything, I'll probably remember it when I'm editing, and I'll probably edit it in or anything of the sort. But I'm happy with how these came out. Might make a few tweaks here and there. Always will be. And I think, I think I put a fucking. I think I'm just gonna finish my chocolate and take a nap. My God, what the hell? I'm very tired all of a sudden. Okay, thank you for listening. Oh boy, okay, I'm fine. Have a good night. Oh my God, I'm tired. Go the fuck to sleep.